What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, October 28th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all very much. Hope you all had a great weekend. I had a really good one. I hope you did too. Also, I got 2 more spots left in this first little run that I'm doing with 5 students. So 2 spots left. You're going to learn a lot. Work with me one-on-one. We're going to make sure that everything that you're not feeling confident in, you're feeling confident in when all is said and done. So if you want to learn more, enhance your skills, confidence, be able to delineate charts for yourself, for others, transits, progressions, solar arcs, planetary nodes, and so much more. Get it while the getting's good. All right, let's take a look at the astrology for this Monday. Well, this moon in Virgo is heavily aspected today. And I think that adds stress, but at the same time, it kind of keeps us busy and keeps things moving. And there's some good things too. But first off, we start off the day with a square over to Jupiter in Gemini. And we start off with a quincunx to Chiron in Aries. They're in sextile, right? So there's this interesting, kind of wanting to juggle too many things at once, kind of wanting to do too much, and very mental and very emotional. So you really want to be able to check in with your feelings right now, especially with Mars here in Cancer and opposite Pluto, and they're both the dispositors of the Sun in Scorpio, right? So it's so interesting about what we're passionate about right now. And I don't think passion takes too much thought. It's more of just this inner desire and this inner pull, and you just kind of want to do it. So it's almost like the busy work doesn't feel so busy because you're so embedded into something. So I think there's something about today about finding what you want to embed yourself into, and definitely taking a little bit of the load off on things that you're not feeling really into, passionate about, or identified with, and kind of just be okay with chilling out. We don't have to juggle 50 things. We don't even have to juggle 2 things. Kind of try to put more effort into the what's really what's good. What do you want to go all in for? Instead of all these different things that can just kind of add stress to our plate right now and bring tension with whether it's home life stuff, family relationships. We can kind of project and take things out on other people, and we don't want to do that either. Or even cast judgments or spells on other people that don't need to be cast or spelled. The moon's also going to oppose Neptune today, which leaves us pretty vulnerable and sensitive to it could be a very sensitive day. I think things can get to us. We could be either really hard on ourselves and make up some really bad stories about ourselves, or again, we start to make up some really weird stories about other people, and it's you kind of have to have a fine line between knowing what is a real story and what is truth today, and how you do that in your own life and how it's also getting projected onto you. So weird, a little weird, but well, you know what? We get a trine over to Uranus and Taurus. We also are going to finish off the day with a trine to Pluto. Pretty good. I mean, hitting all these outer planets, sextile Mars, also sextile Mercury. I mean, talk about the moon hitting just about everything in the chart. So it's kind of a jambalaya of a lot of thought patterns that are, what are we into right now? What do we want to go deeper with? And how do we individuate and step away from the things that we're not functioning well within our life, or what are not functioning well in our life? And I think that can bring an extreme, liberation of just clean energy into our lives. But we have to be willing to part ways with some things in a healthy manner, and in a manner that comes from a purity and sweetness of your soul desires, if you will, right? So very interesting stuff. Venus, of course, is coming off that square to Saturn, and that's where you're seeing where things are built for the long term, and they're ready to make the long haul on the journey with our finances, with people in our lives, and what's kind of like divinely orchestrated and karmically, meant to be. And then you're kind of seeing where, oh yeah, this isn't going to fit on my journey. But like, how hard do I want to force, my ego or my will into making something want to be a part of my journey? So there's a cleverness to today, and I think you want to use that cleverness, to the best the best you can, and like focus your intent on the purity of your soul and on where you want to transform and see yourself evolve and how that looks with people in your lives and how that looks with yourself and how you treat yourself, how you treat others, how much you want to take on today, how much you don't want to take on today. And, just be honest and real about it. And don't shame yourself either. If you feel like you don't have the capacity right now to do 5 different things, don't beat yourself up for only doing one of those things and like leaving the other stuff for another day. And likewise, if other people in your life just can't show up for some reason, like don't, shame or judge or make up some story about people either. Like, kind of got to give people the benefit of the doubt today, where it can be an extremely emotional day, an extremely critical day, and kind of a headstrong day at the same time. So, a lot to kind of figure out, right? Yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a great Monday. Interesting way to start the week. It's the moon day, and I honestly can't remember the last time I've seen the moon so heavily aspected by so many other planets at once. And then even Ingress at the very, very tail end of the day into Libra. Kind of like, hopefully bring some calm, because it's kind of high stress Monday. Like, I feel like there's a million things to do, but is there? Let me use this Botticelli deck in a minute. See what it says. Oh my God, the Lovers upright. Yeah, it's funny, I mentioned like this journey, with people in our lives, and if, they want to go on it and kind of seeing it with this Saturn and Venus, and is it like divinely aligned, and is it unconditional, and is it beautiful and magical, and definitely like seeing where that's showing up in our life. But it's not always about the other person with the Lovers card, like that it's just about some kind of romance. But we also want to like love and romance ourselves, especially on a day with a moon in Virgo where it's just getting hit by so many different places. This could bring a hyper intensity of some type of feeling towards ourselves that is just a little unnecessary. Talk kindly to yourself, treat yourself well, love yourself today, be proud of yourself for the stuff you get done, and be proud of yourself for taking a break and calming yourself and calming your mind too, like wherever you're at in life. So definitely a day to show some love, to see if things are flowing off into the divine in a way that feels aligned with your journey and where you're trying to go. I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful Monday. I'll see you all Tuesday. Much love. Peace.